Attention! Emergency broadcast to all mobile units. Headquarters to all mobile units. All points bulletin. Be on the lookout for Shadow, the Black Hedgehog. Wanted in connection with the terrorist attacks. Last seen in the vicinity of downtown Westopolis. Orders are, capture him. Dead or alive.
Out of my way. Coming through.
Stop! Don't move, or we'll shoot!
Stupid humans.
Very impressive, Shadow.
Who are you?
You don't remember anything, do you? But you will in time. But now, there's no time to waste here. Go and access the United Federation's mainframe. Understand?
Got it.
Alright, so now we're doing Digital Circuit. This is the mission that you would go to if you did the Dark mission of Westopolis. So once again, I am showing every level in the game. I am showing all story possible, like all possible story moments in the game. The reason I'm not doing an actual playthrough of the game, guys, there are 10 optional endings in Shadow the Hedgehog. There are 10 different destination points that you can get to in order to finish the game. And you know what that means? In order to unlock the final story, you have to beat all 10 endings. You have to get to all 10 endings. So you have to play through Westopolis 10 fucking times! You have to beat the game 10 times just to unlock the last story. Oh my god! Like I've said before, that replayability is always a good thing in a game, but not to this extent. You have to play through the game 10 times? What is wrong with these people? An entire playthrough would count for 6 levels, because you literally go 6 levels and then the story's over. But there are like 20 or so levels in the game that you won't be playing, depending on what your choices are during the story mode.
Oh, Shadow. What a coincidence running into you here. Actually, I'm on a government assignment to track down a chaos emerald in the area. How about we both look for it together? Help me find the chaos emerald. Okay, let's go.
Alrighty, folks. So yeah, you have to beat the game 10 times, and I wasn't going to do playthroughs. I was just going to show you level by level, because, I mean, no one wants to watch me play through Westopolis 10 fucking times, or just to even mention it. So I'm just going level by level. I'll be showing all the cutscenes and boss fights associated with that level, so you're not going to be missing out on anything. You're going to be seeing every cutscene and boss fight and level this game has to offer. The story will not get too confusing, don't worry. It's already confusing as it is, anyway. Sometimes when you go from certain levels to other levels, the explanation of how you got there is literally just always, oh, Black Doom warped you there. Why? I don't know. He just warps you there, whatever. So Digital Circuit's actually a pretty trippy level. I do enjoy the cyber level. In fact, this is one of the few levels in the game that I do enjoy. Basically, you're in a cyberspace area, and every time you get beamed into one of these light rail things, occasionally you'll have to dodge firewalls, because it's in a computer, get it? And you can actually hold the left and right stick to move Shadow out of the way of the firewalls, and it's a visually trippy, ridiculously crazy level that kind of is retarded when you think about it. Black Doom wants to destroy Earth's big CIA defenses, and yet the CIA invented a computer universe thing for their computer? What? I don't know, it doesn't make sense, but whatever. It's an alright level because the objectives they have you doing are not ridiculously frustrating. Rouge's mission is get to the Chaos Emerald. The Dark mission is get to the other goal ring besides the Chaos Emerald. Not the goal ring, but you'll see. So Rouge the Bat is now voiced by Kathleen Delaney. I'm sure Kathleen is a very, I'm sure she's a very nice woman. Her voice is the worst fucking thing ever. If it was on any other character, it would be fine, but because it's on Rouge the Bat, it totally does not suit Rouge at all. Rouge the Bat is supposed to be 18 years old. She's supposed to be seductive and sassy. The voice they gave her is like some kind of 30-year-old 40s woman who's like, "Hey kids, don't you know? I'm Rouge the Bat, haha." And it just doesn't suit her at all. And keep in mind, guys, all of the new voice actors for Shadow the Hedgehog and for all the future Sonic games until Sonic Colors, they were imported from the Sonic X cartoon show. Basically, sometime before Shadow the Hedgehog came out, there was the Sonic X cartoon. Had a whole bunch of voice actors for it, but they weren't the game's voice actors, so whatever. And they're not horrible. Not all of them are horrible. I think a lot of them do an alright job. Oh, by the way, this part makes no sense. Oh, wait, it's not here yet. Never mind. But all the 4 kids' voice actors are now voicing the characters. Some of them are good, some of them are terrible. This was huge fan backlash when Shadow the Hedgehog introduced the 4 kids' voice actors. There were rumors that because Dean Bristow passed away after Sonic Advance 3, they just wanted to get Mike Pollock, but then they got the idea that, hey, if we're going to get Mike Pollock, why don't we just do the whole 4 kids cast, you know? So, I don't know. It's the same voice cast from the cartoon show. They do a little bit better of a job later as the series goes on. They're still pretty fresh and awkward. I heard an interview with Mike Pollock that explained it pretty well. He always says, like, every cartoon character always evolves the more they go on, you know? Like, when you listen to Homer Simpson from, like, the old Simpsons episodes, he sounds so different now than what he used to sound like in, like, the early Simpsons episodes, you know? Characters always evolve and they always change and shape. And Jason Griffith is Sonic. He's also Shadow, so Jason Griffith is Shadow for this game. And, you know, you might find Jason Griffith really annoying as Sonic in this game, but I swear he gets better as the series goes on, and, yeah. But anywho, that was the hero mission, just as simple as getting to the Chaos Emerald. Gotta watch out for those aliens.
Sorry about this, but I'm taking this emerald.
Even though they have sections where you have to kill gun troops in order to progress, because again, the design is fucking weird. It makes no sense.
Shadow, this is the information highway system that they call cyberspace. Delete the core program that controls the data flow, and the world will plunge into chaos. Destroy the core program.
Anywho, the whole point was I just don't think Kathleen Delaney makes a good Rouge, and there's been controversy about the 4 kids voice actors. I don't know how you feel about them. Honestly, I don't think they're all terrible, you know. I like Vector's voice. I know people love Sonic Heroes Vector's voice, and they think it's the best one, but I think 4 kids, Vector has a very goofy kind of tone. I mean, we're going to see Vector later in this playthrough, but, you know. Anywho, the digital circuit's kind of ridiculously weird. I mean, you got, obviously, the trippy cyberspace area of it is. You have to jump into searchlights in order to progress through the levels, and I don't know. I still think it's an alright level just because they don't have you hunting down a whole bunch of crap, you know? The Dark mission is literally just go past the goal ring and find something at the end, you know? Which I like, which I rather like. I love this whole firewall bit. I think this is a really interesting bit of Shadow the Hedgehog, where you're in a computer, zipping through, like, data, and you're dodging literal firewalls. I like that idea. That's a fun concept. I think this level's actually pretty fun. I like this level a lot. I like all of the computer light platforms that appear that you have to jump onto. You know, I don't think the core gameplay of Shadow is terrible. I don't. I think that Shadow handles alright. I actually like the gunplay. I haven't mentioned this yet. Although I think it's so out of place in a Sonic the Hedgehog game, I don't know why they would give Shadow guns. I really don't. And yet, I still think the gunplay is actually pretty interesting. I like it. I like picking up these guns, and the lock-on of the bullets is pretty fantastic, you know? I mean, you can push the trigger button on the GameCube controller, and you can be rest assured that the bullets are probably going to hit the enemies. I mean, I never miss all that often unless they're moving super fast. So anything I want to shoot at generally gets shot at, and I like that. A lot of people complain about Shadow's gameplay being way too slippery. Like, when he moves around the level, he can be a little bit slippery, but he stops on a dime. You can get him to stop whenever you want. And the way the nature of this game is, you don't really want to run too fast through everything. You don't want to just hold up until something happens, because you're going to fall off edges a lot. It's all about stopping and looking out for your environment so you can find humans or aliens, and, you know, while the mission structure is annoying because you can't miss enemies, I at least understand that. I think the core gameplay of Shadow's fun. It's just, its missions are so stupid that it's frustrating to play, you know? Digital Circuit is a fun level in my opinion. This is a good level. I stand by that. I like this level a lot. It's better than anything in Sonic 06 where there's no fun to be had whatsoever. Fucking hate that stupid... I'm sorry. I really hate Sonic 06. It's so awful. Why do people like that game? But yeah, Jason Griffith is the new Sonic, the new Shadow. I actually like Jason Griffith as Shadow. I think he's the better Shadow. I know, David Humphries is a lot of people's favorite from Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes, but I don't know, there's something about Jason Griffith's take on Shadow that I kind of enjoy. And again, he evolved as the series went on too. Like, you should hear the 4Kids Sonic X, or there's always 4 kids, but you should hear the Sonic X Shadow that Jason Griffith did. When you see Shadow in like the cartoon during the whole Sonic Adventure 2 saga of the cartoon, Shadow sounds so much different from what he sounds like in this game, you know? Like, this is the first time the 4Kids voice actors are actually in the games, and they sound a lot better than what they do in the cartoons. Jason Griffith's Shadow in the cartoons is so not like what you'd expect Shadow to sound like. It's weird. Just thought I'd mention that. But, yeah, you go past the goal ring, because that's the hero mission. It doesn't matter how many good guys you kill. If you grab the Chaos Emerald there, well then you're doing the hero mission, so you don't want to grab the Emerald there. You just go up, and then you keep doing more level until you get to a spot that you have to destroy. There's only one thing you have to destroy with guns, and that's the core. So, you know, this mission is simple. It keeps in mind that, really, this is how they should have handled the good-evil mission stuff for the whole entire game. It should have just been multiple pathways, you know? It should have just been stuff like, okay, go left to do the dark mission, go right to do the hero mission, you know? It shouldn't have been so complicated and so hunt down everything in the level in order to finish it. I know some people are going to say, like, oh, that stuff's not so bad, Clement, you're over-exaggerating. But no other game does it, and for good reason, you know? Like, it's not fun to have to look for all these collectible things, or collectible, destructible things. Like, you have to kill all the enemies in the level, you know? It's frustrating. When you miss an enemy and you have to backtrack through the entire level all over again, it's bullshit. When I'm spending an extra 5 minutes running around the destroyed city of Westopolis because that one little alien bat wasn't on screen when I passed him, well then, that shit is tedious. It's awful. But again, the core gameplay, I still think Shadow handles right. I think his homing attacks and stuff work. I think the gunplay works. All that's bad is the story and the stupid missions. The missions are so bad.
Whatever happens to the humans is no concern of mine.
Anywho, folks, we will see Lethal Highway in Part 4. Toodles.